Hi, so I'm Jay Cousins, as introduced, and I'm here to talk about the world is our wiki. I'd like it to be an ongoing discussion, so if you're using a back channel such as Twitter, please hashtag it WikiWoe, and then I can hopefully answer your questions and participate and continue it. So first off, technology has a massive impact on our lives and on society in the way that we behave. Television certainly transformed, I believe, our society into a very broadcast society and rendered us all a kind of passive consumer. But likewise, humanity has a massive impact on technology and on our tools, as Amit covered. So a stone can likewise be a weapon or a brick or a protest or a paperweight. We decide how we use these tools, and we decide how they affect us. The internet entering into this equation was an undefined space. It was a tool that had no purpose, no use. And we began to explore this space, and it began to affect the way that we interacted with one another, and we used it to actually engage with one another. It changed everything. We began to rediscover our social mores and interact and engage with one another. And also we began to remix the data, and we began to remix all of the materials online. And we're now starting to bring these behaviors offline, as was exhibited in the MakerBot, but also likewise with Amit trying to make his own stone tools. There's things like guerrilla gardening, where people are actually going out and hacking their physical and social spaces. This is important, I believe, because our culture at the moment is very centralized, and we're reliant on these central systems. And you only have to look at the financial crisis and crashes and rising fuel prices to know that we really need to get away from this kind of centralized society where we are governed by an elite. We need to start taking control, and we need to do that by getting involved in a more proactive and social level. So how do we encourage these behaviors? How do we actually encourage the rest of the world to kind of get involved in this manner and engage with the world in this manner? One thing that I've found is very important is the environments and spaces such as Barcamp or this or Palomar 5 create a specific social context whereby we expect to have fascinating conversations and discussions, whilst a tube is the opposite of that. You expect not to talk to anyone. I've also been investigating permissive technology, so how you can actually create the permission for somebody to engage with you, to speak with you. And I'm very interested in how we can explore this further with actual products and physical spaces to encourage people to engage. And this is what I'm looking at here with conversational spaces. So again, how we can actually hack our environment to get people to think about it in a manner whereby they are changing their social interaction with the world around them, and also to really get them interacting again on a more physical level. And it's very important that we're able to access these materials again and access these technologies again, which is why I've been experimenting, as Peter alluded, with making bioplastic. So I actually made this with cornstarch and glycerin in my own kitchen, and I think that's very important. We need to ignore the power structures where the legal frameworks don't actually allow us to start editing this world. We need to just get on with it and start making the changes that we need to do. And we need to change our collective beliefs. So we need to start believing that we are powerful, we are able to build this better world, to change our environment, to shape our environment, and to shape the way in which we engage with one another. We need to develop new forms of literacy. So Amit, with the engaging with the stone tools, for example, was getting in touch with the material and understanding the material and what we can achieve with those materials. We need to move beyond just this verbal communication if we are to be able to rewrite the world and to actually build a better place on Earth. So, in my opinion, I think that personally everything should actually be delivered in beta. That everything should be something that we can actually engage with in a manner where we are free to change it, and that we can shape it to our own whim. This isn't a reflection of my whim, by the way. And that is more a pathway than a conclusion. That utopia is not something that can ever be achieved, but something that collectively together we can work towards by engaging with our environment to shape it in the way in which we would want it to be. So thanks for listening. This is the shameless self-promotion. We are engaging in this conversation on a larger scale at od10beta.info, which is the kind of Berlin open design community. And we're having an event at DMY Festival that would be great to have you involved in. Thanks very much.